So my name is Jennifer. I'm also known as the skin guru to most people. I am obsessed with skin. I've been in the skincare industry for over 20 years. I started my career as a teacher, and from there became an entrepreneur, and we launched our first skincare line in 2016. Masking is vital because I feel the skin goes through so many different things, and oftentimes in a mask you will find vital ingredients, so a lot of actives, and those actives will enable to, whether it be repair the skin, if you've got blemishes, take care of that. So there's different reasons you would want a mask, but they're quite efficient in regards to actives, and they're quite fast in the turnaround in regards to results. So during winter, if you're masking for hydration reasons or to help bring down irritation or reactive skin, you could literally mask every day depending on what's in your mask. And if every day is too much, you can at least do it 2-3 times a week. Just be cautious of what you're using, but as often as you can. And you can sleep with it too. The first version of the mask was in a jar. So we actually have a cream jar mask that's been developed. And then I've been going through a phase of sustainability, and it's a lot of issues for me of packaging. And a lot of people were requesting a sheet mask because if you're traveling, a sheet mask is so easy to bring with you. And I just thought if we could create a sheet mask that was 100% biodegradable, that could be a good way to start with our mask. And so that's why we went with the sheet mask. It doesn't mean there won't be another form of mask down the line, but sheet mask was the perfect way to go. There's a difference between what's really being done and what's done, if that makes any sense. In our industry, the beauty world is very finicky. And then there's that fine line of like, how biodegradable is it? And even if it is biodegradable, is it gonna be giving results? Because at the end of the day, you want to be sustainable, biodegradable, but if your clients aren't getting results, no one's going to buy it. Mm-hmm. So it was really difficult to find that fine line of making sure that the claims we were going to make were true, mm-hmm. And that we could throw it, in the compost and it'd be safe. So it was a big challenge, a very big challenge. Everything I do, I try to think of how can I help the skin. Number one, I never want to harm the skin. That's a rule, right? So when I create something, I always try to think to myself, if I was gonna buy it myself, what would I want? And most women and men, what they want is they want healthy skin, they want to be less reactive, and they want a smooth finish, right? So I sourced ingredients that would give me that ability to hydrate. So we've got, the hydration aspect, and then we're taking care of the microbiome or the climate of the skin, so we're making sure the skin is less reactive. And it was really interesting, we could see a difference within 4 days of using it, so that's really exciting. And then smoothness of the skin as well. So I think everything's kind of covered. The most eye-opening thing is how many people disagree on everything. So food, water intake, I've never been so challenged in my life, which I think in my mind is just a given. What you're putting in your body, you're gonna see it on your skin. I've always thought skincare was a 360, and a lot of people, when you start asking questions and you're doing research, you either get the, oh no, drinking water doesn't make a difference, like that's hogwash, or what you eat makes no difference, dairy product. So that's been the most eye-opening, is how many there's different schools of thought in skincare. It's amazing. I had to really go back to where am I confident? What have I seen in my last 20 plus years experience? So a lot of it went with empirical studies, so like what I've seen, what I know is true, and then sharing. And I did call up some mentors of mine in Australia, New Zealand, in the UK, and Sweden. I traveled a lot in the last year to source other opinions and information. And at the end of the day, it was really what I felt was my truth, and that's how I went with it. And I'm okay with whatever happens with the book. But what's been interesting is we did have a few dermatologists read the book, and I got some pretty good reviews, so I'm feeling good about my decision. I think that when you're young, it goes without reason. As a child, your goal is to go to bed when you want, right? And as you get older, that's the thing, because as a child, you're told, take a nap, go to bed. And as a child, we don't realize how amazing and how luxurious it is to be able to take a nap. And I feel like most women, as we age, especially like as we go through hormones and then you're having children, or whatever that's keeping you up at night hurts your sleep. And I feel there's a lot of simple steps that we can be doing. And one of those is making sure the space that you're sleeping in makes you happy. And that's really thinking of light colors, natural fibers on your bedding, keeping the window open. If it's too dry, get a humidifier. If it's too humid, get a dehumidifier, because the dryness in the room is gonna cause havoc on the skin. And if your body's too warm, you're not gonna settle in and fall asleep, and it's gonna wake you up during the night. And the sleep is the key to healthy skin. So when you're sleeping, that's when your collagen is doing its best work, the body is repairing itself. So, having a space that you're happy and you look forward to going into, that doesn't have the TV where you're watching the news and doesn't necessarily have all the electronics. If you can get away from that, have maybe you reading your book. So routine sounds crazy, but as we age, we should all go kind of back to that routine as a child where, it's bath time,
right,
and then it's reading time, and now it's bedtime.
Yeah.
And I think that the more we can do that, the better and the easier, and then our body's gonna want and crave sleep more and more. So it's about instilling the right habits, and it's all about what you're sleeping on, what you're sleeping in. So like your pajamas, your fabrics, whatever's natural will be much better for you. So it's worth the effort to make a list and see what can I change, and do a little room refresh. The body is an organ, like the skin is an organ, right? So the skin responds, the skin breathes, the skin is alive. It's like a living organ, it's the biggest one. And we forget that, right? So usually we wanna put makeup on it, we dress it, we hide it, and we don't like it. But interestingly enough, the skin speaks, right? So what happens is at night when you're going to sleep, the harder it takes you to settle and to go down to sleep, it actually causes more stress and tension within the body. Now, the body is all electricity. And so when you're trying to go to sleep, and that's why, sometimes like people, they fall asleep and they have the spasmodic, right? So the body's releasing tension, releasing stress. So if you've eaten a late meal, you've had a lot of alcohol, and you're super stressed, you're gonna be up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and your stomach's gonna be unwell, you're gonna feel hot, you're not gonna feel good. The more you're able to get into that deep stressless sleep, like really good sleep, that deep sleep, that's when the body starts to repair itself. So collagen stimulation is on the rise. So that's great for, that whole aging process we want to slow down. Your inflammatory reactions are lower because there's no stress, your cortisol isn't through the roof. And another great benefit is that all the repairing starts to happen and your body rehydrates itself. So if you're not sleeping, the body cannot repair itself. You become sleep deprived. Your eyes will look like more sunk in, right? Your skin goes a little like dull or gray looking. And then that's when you think, well, listen, I need to exfoliate. I need to add this product and this product because I look so bad. And it's the worst time to do it. Because if you're not sleeping well enough, that's when your skin's gonna be more reactive. And the more you're stressed and you're overheating, the more reactions you're gonna have. So if you're not sleeping well, you're working too much, you're not eating, and you're stressed, it's not time to change your skincare routine. Get your sleep down pat first, get all that up and on point type of thing, and then change the skincare routine. But sleep is a direct correlation to how your body will respond to any allergies or misbehaving. So it's been interesting. The last few years, there's been studies that have been showing that a lot of people who are getting a lot of new autoimmune reactions or like different allergies, whether it be asthma, eczema, psoriasis, there's a direct correlation to the sleep and how much sleep you're getting. So I often ask people, well, the first question is like, how much are you sleeping?
Right.
And let's see if we can, because sometimes if you can fix that by like just changing your sheets or changing maybe your fabric softener or what you're using to wash your sheets in, it's a really quick fix, right? So it's not necessarily the cream all the time. You have to look at all of the different factors. And you sleep 1/3 of your life.